Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Today is the great day to be alive.
It sure is.
And welcome to the Live Podcast. Don't wait to be great. I'm your host, Mr. Derek Forston. Ms. Shay, who are you?
I am Shanye Shea Forston, the co-host here at Forston Consultants, and we are excited about this amazing Saturday. So go for it, Derek. Do a full introduction.
Hey, we're excited, guys. I got a lot of questions that came in this week. So as you guys know, I'm just ready to kind of teach, right? Y'all know that's my spirit. But welcome one and welcome all, guys, and welcome to the Live Podcast. Don't wait to be great. So as we said, we are here to talk about shared housing, guys, and we're going to talk about how to get started. And this is the ILF edition. So if you don't know who we are, we're Forston Consultants, and we believe in this model called independent living facilities. And that is simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So I want to be really clear about this, right? These are not group homes, right? These are not assisted living facilities, right? These are not a housing program to where you guys got to go and get a license, to where you got to buy the property, where you need a $30,000 sprinkler system. All of that stuff, that's not what this is. God has blessed us with this model, man, where we're allowed to house the homeless, the displaced, elderly adults, military veterans, teenagers aging from the foster care system, women that are escaping domestic violence, working individuals. And that's kind of been one of the ones that we've been getting a lot of lately, just simply because of how expensive it is to live anywhere now. So again, before I get too far ahead of myself, again, I'm Derek Forston, again, owner and operator of Forston Consultants, but I also have my own housing program, and it's called Second Chance Housing. And that's where we create pathways out of homelessness by connecting with social workers and case managers. And again, we provide an independent living facility. Some people call it co-living. Some people call it shared living, right? You can call it whatever you want to. You just make sure that when you leave this room, you know that these are not your traditional group home to where you need a license. Most people are shocked by the time they meet us if they've never heard of this concept. I've joined some groups here on Facebook lately, and people are shocked that we're doing what we're doing, guys, and we don't need a license. I don't need permission from Ockham. And I hope my pastor is here from Tallahassee, who literally just found us, I think, yesterday and emailed us. And I've been kind of talking to him, answering his questions already. And in fact, one of your questions, sir, is a highlight of what I'm going to be talking about today. He talked about trying to work with ACA, but he also mentioned that he was trying to go the unlicensed route. Guys, the unlicensed route is the whole reason why we are avoiding ACA. I don't need ACA because ACA is over the licensing, right? Now, in your city, in your state, it may be called something different. But in Florida, the people that are over the Medicaid dollars and the Medicaid and the Medicare and all of that stuff, guys, we don't deal with that. I've never taken a Medicaid dollar in my life. We serve people that have jobs. We serve people that mostly get SSI or SSDI. Now, I'll admit, 85 to 90% of our clients, they get that guaranteed government stipend every month without fail. Nothing stops it. Hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing this morning? Good morning, Neonta, and good morning, everybody. And again, if you're new to us, we just like those new churches now. When you go and they give you that free gift, we absolutely got a free gift for you all just to say thank you for being here and also to further your education in terms of what this is. So we want you guys to text, not comment below, but text the word new, NEW to 407-326 0086. And Shay, if you can just put that in the chat so that everybody can see it. Because what I've been noticing, a lot of people watch the replays of this stuff, and we get all kind of text messages during the week. So we absolutely love that. So we're going to be talking about our 2024 ILF conference. I saw that pop up. That's what we're excited about. And if my memory serves me correctly, we're under, I think, like 28 days until the event.
It's crazy.
So it's less than a month now. And it's so crazy because we've been talking about this for months. And I'll admit, when you're throwing an event, even though this event is over probably 25 days away, it feels like it's next weekend. So there's a lot that goes into these events, and I'm excited because there's over 10 different speakers this year. But again, if you're just joining us, we teach you how to start your own shared housing program. And watch me give you the definition of this, right? A shared housing program to us just means that we're going to take a 4-bed, 2-bath home, or a 3-bed, 2-bath home, or a 2-bed, 1-bath home. We don't care how small it is. And we're going to take people from homeless to hopeful, and we're going to do that in a shared living environment where we all live together. Some people call this communal living. So they share the kitchen, the bathrooms, right? The laundry facilities. But essentially, this is where we're able to house multiple people in one asset. So on the real estate side of it, this is the absolute best real estate strategy ever. Because this real estate strategy allows you to combine social services, real estate, and the love of God all in one. Because the Bible said, Tiffany, not me, that the poor and needy will always be among us. God has just blessed us with this real estate strategy that some people gonna try to feed the homeless, some people gonna try to clothe them. Yeah. We mastered the art of housing the homeless because at Forston Consultants, we believe in that housing is first. Big shout out to Mom Forston. I see you here too. My mom is here, y'all. The lady that birthed me. Big shout out to Mom Forston, y'all. Y'all shout out Mom Forston in the chat. If it wasn't for Mom Forston birthing me through, y'all would have never ran into me. So if y'all could do me a favor, man, and show my mom some love in the chat, Mom. That'd be pretty cool. Miss Joanne, good morning to you. Tiffany, good morning to you. Katara, just seeing you jump in. But watch this, guys. What most people, Shay, and what disappoint a lot of people when they try to do this, Shay, they think they need a license.
Yes.
They think they have to own the property. Well, congratulations to you, and God bless you that you ran into us now, because we show you guys how to do this again. And look at this slide. Very simple, but watch this. Live, thrive without the need for staff or medical oversight. And again, the quickest, easy steps to get into this is our free webinar at forstonconsultants.com. Absolutely free. After that webinar, we want to give them the phone and talk to you to find out how we can get you started in your city and in your state.
Right.
The next step is to literally just get glued to our YouTube channel. In fact, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now, because we give the game away every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. I promised God over 7 years ago, I said, God, if you changed my life doing this, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take credit. So that's why we're here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, just giving this game away. Because my job is to watch y'all either walk away from your job and resign the right way and do this for the rest of your life, or some of y'all may want to keep your job and balance them both. Big shout out to Miss Rita, who turned in her laptop 2 weeks ago and does this full time now.
Congratulations.
Right?
Again.
And has been on our coaching only about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, right? So when you asking, well, Derek, how long is it going to take me to get started? Well, if you anything like Miss Rita, who didn't know me from a bag of tater chips 8 weeks ago, got a house, I think 3 or 4 clients in it, and already looking for their next house. That's how this works, guys. And guess what? This does not require a license. You do not have to own the property. So again, very simple. Watch the webinar, forstonconsultants.com/webinars. Let's get on a phone call and let's get you started. A bunch of y'all said I was going to do this last year. A bunch of y'all said, boy, when my senior graduate, I'm going to get into it. Well, congratulations. Your son just graduated last Saturday. It's time to get in the game now. Congratulations to the Brown family from Jacksonville, Florida, that said, Derek, thank you so much. We was getting ready to house my son in this housing that the school was offering. Now running into you, we rented a 4-bed, 2-bath, and he now got 6 roommates. They pay the rent, and we making money. Lord have mercy. That's what this is. And watch this. We're only 10 minutes into this. And I haven't even this is my intro, y'all. So I'm sorry. I'm actually going too fast.
Right.
Shay, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, because I'm so excited because the event is in June. June is right around the corner.
A couple of weeks away.
There's tons of people that for some reason has just discovered us. We've got over 60 to 70 people that have either joined our ILF Academy, that have either watched our webinar and set up strategy calls. You guys are flooding our inbox with that, and we love it.
Yeah.
Because that means that our reach is getting further and further. And we tell most people, if you love God, love real estate, and you love people, this is it. This is the only way, or one of the best ways, Miss Wilson. And look like you just found us.
Yeah.
Miss Wilson, I dare anybody in this room to argue with me that this is one of the best real estate strategies ever. Why you think Joanne got into it? Why you think Katara got into it? Why you think Miss Tia, who's from my hometown, got into it? Mom Forston, that goes Miss Tia that I was telling you about, who's from Haines City, Florida. Mom, she's in this room. So again, I'm going to give it over to Shay, but I'm going to land it right here because we got a lot to cover today, y'all.
We do.
If you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. This involves real estate, the love of God, the will of God, and social services all in one.
Yeah.
Miss Wilson, I am no genius. I barely finished high school. They tricked me to go to college, and God landed me on this social work job to where I was discharging people and basically sending people to the street as a social worker because there was no housing. And the one lady that we did found, she had rats and roaches in her place. So that's how all of this got started. So if you're new to us, I could take 2 hours to tell you my story, but in less than 30 seconds, as a social worker, God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month. I'm going to say that again really slowly. God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month, Miss Wilson, housing people in rats and roaches. And as a social worker making $28,000 a year, I said, God, how can I get in it?
Yeah.
And here we are 7, 8 years later. And now what people hid from me, I'm not teaching all over the world because I want y'all to quit, resign from your job and do this full
You gotta
time.
get it right.
Or if you decide to be like my brother did it, you keep your job and you still do this. My name is Derek Forston. I approve this entire message. We're usually here for about 90 minutes. I'm going to let my wife introduce herself because y'all, as y'all can see, I love this and I can run my big mouth about this all day. Shay, tell them how great you are, who you are, and how you do this from a nonprofit standpoint.
Absolutely. So good morning.
Because I'm not nonprofit, Shay.
Right. So good morning, everybody. My name is Shanya Shay Forston, better known as Shay, and I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando. And I utilize the independent living facility model to house females, women, whether they've come from domestic violence backgrounds, whether they've escaped and survived human and sex trafficking. Listen, we provide housing to the widow. We do it all. And again, I do it through utilization of the independent living facility model. The benefit for me as a nonprofit organization is I can build programs around my residents, right? So prime example, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, but the nonprofit for me allows me to, again, like I just said, build programs around my population type, whether it's, anything dealing with credit repair and debt cancellation, being able to help our ladies get out of the shared living environment and into their own place. So that is the benefit for me of having a nonprofit organization, because I can take donors. I want to give a big shout out because the Angela Denise Foundation just received a very nice and healthy donation this week from annual donor that is
Absolutely
amazing to us, and that's going to allow us to get some other things in place, some more program pieces in place. So I'm super excited about that, and that donation, Derek, will also help me to provide, or even provide something to do for my ladies that stay at home, right? So we're going to start making t-shirts, guys. We're going to start doing different things to keep them occupied and to give them a new skill
Your
set.
ladies will be making the t-shirt.
Correct.
That's what's cool about
right.
it.
They're going to learn a new skill set, and they'll also be able to, like, again, I'll make a whole business out of this for them, right? So that whatever we sell, it will go right back into the house. So again, be on the lookout for that. That is who I am. That is what I do as a ILF provider through a nonprofit organization, as well as, again, just being a housing provider in general, right? Miss Libby has a lot of questions.
I love it. She must know us because we love questions.
Listen, and I don't want us.
She must know us. We love questions. So welcome everybody from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
yes,
or anybody that's possibly tuning in from any kind of streaming to where you can only hear us, like on Clubhouse. Come to YouTube because we're getting ready to answer a lot of questions. And guys, thank y'all, because y'all know me. We love to teach it, so we thrive off the questions. So Shay, I'm gonna let you kind of call them out, and we'll just ramble them out.
I do want to say this because I see Justin just said.
Yep, I was hoping Justin came. Yep,
being able to do this as a nonprofit is incredible. It really is, Justin, and it's a lot of great things that associates itself with the nonprofit organization. Thursday, Derek went with me to a restaurant here, and I was able to present. I took my documentation and stuff, and I said, hey, this is what I do. This is who we are. And we would love to partner with you, whether it's for a meal a month, a quarter, however your organization feels comfortable with being able to do so. And they obliged. So I will be sending them the letter of intent and what that looks like, and they get to choose how they want to provide those meals. And not only will it be for my ILF residents, I'm looking to also provide meals for youth that are out of school and that are, that don't have access to meals. And so that's what we're looking at doing. So from a nonprofit standpoint, there are so many ways you can do so much stuff. And this housing piece is a catalyst to it. Partnerships, Listen, I've got some huge partnerships that have given me the A-OK to put their their logo on my website. So be
Yeah.
on the lookout for that. It was supposed to be done last week, but I forgot to send the logos to my team. So I sent them this morning, Derek. I was like, oh crap, I never sent the logos.
And Shay, just real quick, I don't want you to take all the credit. I want you to tell them who set that appointment up for you to go to that restaurant.
Listen,
you didn't do that part.
I did not. So my VA, Latrell.
And what is the VA for any of our new people?
Virtual assistant. He's from the Philippines. His name is Latrell, and he literally has had a list of over 85 restaurants to call. And out of those 85, listen, it's a numbers game, guys. Excuse me. Out of those 85, we've gotten 10 interest. And out of the 10, we were able to nail down 2 appointments so far. So he's going back to the drawing board to continue to make those calls to get a scheduled appointment for me. But he scheduled the appointment. He made sure my calendar was clear, and I just had to go. So he was like, Miss Shay, you're going to this location on this place on this date at this time, and you're going to ask for the manager.
That's it.
And literally, that's all he
did. Now pause for 2 seconds, because again, now if you've always been around us, this is regular. But if you're new to us, if you haven't noticed, a lot of what we do, guys, we use virtual assistants.
Yes.
Because Shay is busy. I'm busy. So what Shay just literally told you guys, Latrell allows her to be the hero in the community.
It does.
Latrell did all of the leg work.
Yes.
Which allowed Shay to just walk in prance right into that place, ask for the guy. Man, the guy was so nice too, guys. He didn't just talk to us in front of the store and made us give our speech. He said, hey, let's have a seat. And we literally, now Shay, I'm gonna give it back to you, but I just wanted the people to realize, Shay, you're busy. Yes. You do a lot of stuff. You couldn't call 85 restaurants to pick out 4 to 10 people that will say yes.
Right.
But when you got a virtual assistant that works for $5 an hour, right? That to us is very affordable. To them, they're rich making that kind of money. And that's what allows Shay to be the hero in the community. Shay, back on you.
And Derek, Latrell doesn't even know. Latrell graduated yesterday. So he was off yesterday, and he's off until Tuesday. So he comes back to work on Tuesday. And Derek, because of all of these things that have taken place and that donation that came in, a part of that donation is going for a graduation gift.
Yeah.
And a bonus.
He don't even know it.
He doesn't even know this. Like, he has no clue about this.
He's done the work.
Yeah,
right?
And that's how we do that.
Yeah.
But again, like this is technically what it is for me to the nonprofit aspect and how that works, how we can bridge the gap in other areas and not just the housing area. I can meet so many other needs as a nonprofit. But I do want to get to Miss Libby's question.
Yeah, let's go. I love questions.
I'm going to the top. So give me a second. I'm scrolling. Give me a second, y'all. Okay. So
let's do a quick room reset right before you ask that question. So again, guys, thank y'all so much for being here. If you have no clue who we are, we're Forston Consultants, and we teach people how to start something that's called an independent living facility, which is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So literally what I'm showing you guys right now on this screen is what we call a shared living environment.
Yeah.
Right now, we just trademarked independent living facility. So I don't want you guys to get caught up in all of these definitions, because I don't care what you call it, right? To a certain extent, but we do not use the word group home, because most of the time the word group home has a stigma attached to it, and we don't like that. So we try to separate ourselves from that. So at Forston Consultants, and it took us almost 19 to 21 months to do it, but we trademarked independent living facility, where you don't need a license. You don't have to buy the property. You don't have to be a nurse or an LPN. You don't need to take no special course. So guys, this is the cheat code.
Yeah.
I watched a lady make $41,000 a month doing this, y'all, but she did it in rats and roaches. So when I saw this, I said, God, you are no respecter of person. You love that lady just like you love me. And God, I want to do this. And I'm tired of making 28 grand a year.
And you see,
God, how can we turn 28 grand a year to 28 grand a month? Because we're going to make it look nice. We're going to treat God's people with dignity. That's why we tell people, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the absolute no-brainer. And watch this, y'all. I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. Because somebody going to say, wow, he must be a preacher. Absolutely not. But guess what? This is my ministry.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible, not Derek, it says that the poor and the needy will always be among us. And we're to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. So we do this in a shared living environment for adults. Again, 18 years to 118 years old. That's our limit, guys. They can be old or young. Now, I'll just admit right now, I love the older crew.
Correct.
I'm very busy. I coach a lot of people and I'm just busy. I got a lot going on in my life, right? So I coach you all to, you need to house people according to your lifestyle as well. It's great that you won't want to house teenagers aging from the foster care system, but even though they're adults, they need a lot of cuddling still, a lot of nurturing. Does your lifestyle fit that? Or you also a serial entrepreneur and you're busy and always on the go?
Right.
This is something that you can get into, guys, and scale very fast because you don't have to buy the property, first of all. I'll never forget when God showed me that lady that was making 41 grand a month. The first thing that she told me, because she said, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this. But she said, Derek, you think I own these places, don't you? Y'all, when she told me she didn't own these houses, that blew my mind. So I'm going to end it there. This is your opportunity to get into something, guys, that's like generational wealth.
And so much bigger than you.
Shay and I started renting and leasing, and we still rent and lease a lot of properties.
Yeah.
But that's also allowed Shay, just not even 3 months ago, buy a house, rehab it, and move her ladies into it. So that's what we want to show you guys. We want to break the myth that you need a license and that you have to own the property. Welcome to Forston Consultants. My name is Derek Forston, and I'm glad you're here. Shay, let's go.
Let's do it. So Ms. Libby wants to know, can your spouse come to the conference for free? So
that elite ticket involves that.
It does.
So if you purchase an elite ticket for the first time ever, Miss Libby, we've actually allowed the spouse to come for free. So I jokingly tell people, because a lot of women just naturally want to do this, and they're usually trying to pull their husbands into it. So I jokingly tell people, the way you explain it to the hubby, say, babe, Derek said that if you buy the elite ticket, you can come for free.
Correct.
And tell him we're going to feed him, because we don't believe in those box lunches with the Capri Suns. We do plated lunch, all that entree, salad, dessert. We do all of that stuff. So to answer your original question, absolutely. With the elite ticket, which is involved with day 2. So the general ticket is only day 1. Day 2 involves the tour of the facility that Shay just bought and rehabbed. Shay want to walk you through it and want to introduce you to her women's facility. So for a lot of people, Miss Libby, that's where me talking kind of comes to life, when you can walk through it and smell it, see it, and touch it.
Correct.
So for a lot of people, the VIP ticket and the elite ticket, they want day 2. So yes, ma'am, your husband can come for absolutely free with that elite ticket. That's only $997. And that covers you both.
Hold on. And Miss Libby, it don't just stop there. We're going to hang out at dinner on night 2 as well.
And you get a master class. Like there's a lot.
There's a master class post the event where we'll send out a date where we'll all jump on a Zoom and we're going to go ham. Usually when we do those, they're about 4 hours. So I'm going to tell you, make sure you have some, listen.
Yeah, the elite members get a whole separate master class that'll be on a Zoom that we'll all come back together and just mastermind, usually for hours. So that elite ticket is also a no-brainer. And for the family, that the Patrick family that asked about the ILF Mastery Blueprint that's on sale, a lot of you guys been asking about it. Even the gentlemen that come in at scholarship, I don't want you to pay that $7,500 for the scholarship, right? It's on a major sale right now for only $3,700, and that's our one-on-one coaching. And the June event is complimentary. Your website build out is complimentary. The virtual assistant is complimentary.
Yep.
So consider the ILF Mastery Blueprint. That's what I would do if I were you all, especially those 2 married couples. You guys should get because our normal coaching is 15 grand, right?
It is. Yeah.
And then with scholarship, it goes to 7,500. But right now through the 1st of June, because what is it, 31 days into this month, Shay?
Correct.
For the rest of this month, like what is it, like the next 6 days?
Something like that.
Our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, is on sale for only $3,700. And that's a long way from 15 grand. And again, your website build out for free. The virtual assistant for free. The June event for free. Right? So all of that's involved in it. So that's a no-brainer. We have never kind of done that. Our ILF Mastery Blueprint has always been kind of, but we want to make it reasonable for a lot of people, because a lot of new people, for some reason, probably prayer, have bumped into us. Y'all been praying to look for it, and we've been praying for a bunch of new people. So see how God works that out in both ways? So Shay, back to the questions. Let's go.
So Miss Libby, once tickets are purchased, you'll get a whole bunch of different emails and text messages from us. Within your confirmation email, there is a link that you can go ahead and book your hotel. And that is the direct link to the discounted room rate. So you want to make sure that you utilize that link to book your ticket. I mean, excuse me, book your room
Yep.
at
June
the hotel.
21st and 22nd. And a lot of people here lately have been asking for the start time because we talk about it, but we kind of didn't list it on the
Right, we
website
sure
until
didn't.
yesterday. So it's at 9:30. So the event will start at 10, but registration, if I'm wrong, Shell, tell me, registration starts at
It's gonna start at
9:30.
9.
And that's a Friday. So again, a lot of people that are asking about the day one event, that's going to be an all-day event because all the speakers are involved in day
Day
one.
one. Yep.
Day two is for that elite and that VIP for all that exclusive stuff, meaning the tour the next day and the dinner if you're elite, right? And that mastermind that we'll also have. So June 21st and 22nd is our 2024 ILF conference. But as you heard me say earlier, our one-on-one coaching right now that's on sale for only $3,700. And you can share that with somebody. So there was another family that said, hey, can we share that and split the invoice? Absolutely. We actually don't mind that. We've done that before. Some coaches hate that. We don't mind it because if that's going to give you an additional accountability partner, we don't mind that. We also offer financing. So if you guys wanted to get the financing to purchase that, that's also absolutely okay. Miss Shay, next question.
Listen, this is good stuff. I'm loving Miss Libby's questions. The goal, Miss Libby, is that we're trying to provide the not trying. Our goal is to have transportation available for you all. The location is very where the event is, it's dead smack in the middle of everything, right? So if you all want to go out and hang out on International Drive, everything is there. Icon Park, a whole bunch of restaurants. Everything is literally within walking distance or the trolley. There's the I ride trolley. So all of that is there. We will have transportation for those that do not have transportation to get to the house. To the house, and there might be a possible other. So just don't, Derek, I'm putting you on blast. There might be more than one house, guys. So just be ready.
Never know.
Katara, how you gonna coordinate?
I read that
weekend?
shade and I was like, do I say it? Because Qatar just hurt my feelings on that one.
Katara,
She said she tried to get out of it.
you gonna get a spanking.
Qatar was a faithful
get a
supporter
real
of us. She's
spanking.
been in master classes, conferences. She's an IMB member. She's an HRA member. Qatar comes to everything that we do. So it's kind of sad to see that in the chat. But nevertheless, she's got a good reason.
I know,
so
right?
no
We'll
problem.
forgive you this
Shay,
time,
let's jump on
Katara.
those questions because there's a lot of questions I
Well-
think that came through. And plus, I still have about 6 that came through my phone.
Go ahead with
So-
yours because I'm seeing more comments than
Okay.
questions. And I think I answered Miss Libby's
Yeah,
question.
because I want to make sure that we give the value because there was the gentleman from Tallahassee. If you're still here, let me know because you're probably super new to us. And I want to just make sure that if the gentleman from Tallahassee is still here, let me know.
Well, just go ahead and
I want to
answer it.
direct this to him.
Yeah, because I believe there's a lot of cross watching from all platforms.
So, and I can make this very broad because everybody has this same question. This is also why we invite you guys absolutely for free to come join us every Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, and Saturday. And we also just started this very new Facebook group. It's called the ILF Academy. I would love it if you guys can join that as well. The ILF Academy. It's free, right? And we go live in there. And I'll admit, I give a lot of special deals in there that nobody else gets, right? So that's kind of a private, it's not even private. I just treat it as a private, exclusive community because obviously, if you take your time out to join a group, you want to be in it. So I treat that group a little bit different. I'll admit, you YouTube folks and my Facebook group folks, you guys get a little spoiled, right? You guys usually get announcements before I send it out to the worldwide social media. So I appreciate my YouTube family, my Clubhouse family, and also the Instagram and Facebook folks. Thank y'all so much. So I'm going to jump right into that question.
Go for it.
There was a gentleman that asked me about, he said that, hey, I have this house. We're a part of a ministry. I'm not sure if he's a pastor. If he is, I want to know that too. But Shay, he's got this house, and apparently he's been trying to work with ACA. And ACA stands for, I think if I'm not wrong, Agency, somebody help me, for Healthcare Administration or something, right?
Like yeah.
It's the people that oversee all of the group homes and licensed places. But Shay, he used the term that he was trying to do this as an unlicensed group home, so to speak. Well, let me coach you just a little bit, guys. The whole purpose of being unlicensed group home, or forget the word group home, let's throw that word away anyway.
Correct.
An
Right.
unlicensed housing program is that you don't need the oversight from all of these people that want to put all of these barriers over your head.
Yeah.
The ILF model in which we teach, we don't ask permission from nobody. We seek the need. We connect with social workers and case managers that are begging for it, and we feel that need through them and the community and through
Right.
our social media that we're talking about this housing all the time. So one more time, really slowly. If you're trying to go the unlicensed route, there is no need for you, sir, to be trying to work with ACA. That's why it's also taking so long to hear back from them, because he said they were supposed to send me people, but I'm not hearing anything. I'm gonna tell you right now, the verbiage is not matching up. You want to be unlicensed and working with ACA, that don't even match. Congratulations, because you must have been praying for this, because now you run into us. I'm going to turn you away from ACA, because watch this. Unless you want to be like Miss Francesca Dawson, who's also coming to our event as a part of our panel, Francesca took her 3 years to open her licensed facility. Francesca met me and had a house in 90 days. She's got about 4 ILFs. She's got 1 licensed place. It's called APD, Agency for Persons with Disabilities. That requires a license, oversight, a ton of paperwork. Even while you're started and in it,
Yeah.
she's always buried in
She
paperwork.
had she had some type of inspection just the
There
other
was an
day.
inspection, his walkthroughs, is all of the, and trust me, guys, I don't down it.
And that was her
I
ACA
just know
inspection,
that
actually.
most people, when they try to do this, most people don't have the grit and grind to go through all of the stuff
Even the
they
process.
put you
Derek.
through to get it. It
Yeah.
took her 3 years, y'all.
Correct.
And just quite frankly, most of us, y'all, we don't have that in us, especially when you find out and when you run into somebody like us and you could essentially do the same thing. Guys, the fastest person that we've ever taught this model to was in 9 days. She had a house and 3 clients in it.
Yeah.
She still holds the record for that today. So the person that says, well, Derek, how long do it take me to get this started? That just depends on what is your life surrounded by right now. Will you put your all into it? Do you have 3 other businesses? Do you have children that are requiring a lot of your time? Do you have a needy spouse that you got to cook for 3 days a week? Like, I don't know your life.
Not a needy spouse, Derek.
So
That's a
Shay,
part
what
of-
I'm trying to
that's a part
tell
of the
people
job.
is, Shay, the only thing that I can't control, Shay, with the coaching is what they'll put into it.
Correct.
But if you're anything like the lady that we taught, and trust me, there's a lot of people. Now, and believe me, 9 days ain't the usual. Now, what
No,
Rita
no,
just
no, no.
did, her and Ken from Cozy Comforts, that can be normal for everybody.
Correct.
Within 7 weeks of meeting me, you can have a house and 4 clients in it if you move at the speed of instruction and if you follow kind of the blueprint. Miss Libby put in the chat, I want the blueprint. That means to me, Libby don't want to bump her head and make mistakes and go through all the bumps and bruises I did. Libby must have heard that I went through a bunch of lawsuits and got into a bunch of trouble trying to do this. And then we got it right. That's one of the best people you can ever learn from, guys. First of all, I used to be the social worker. Libby, it took me 9 years being on that job before the light bulb ever came on. And one day I said, Derek, what are you doing? The very thing you want to do, Derek, you're in the middle of it. What are you doing? Are you crazy? And when that lady showed me, y'all, that she was making $41,000 a month doing this, and she was doing it the wrong way, I said, y'all, can y'all imagine what my life would be like if I get into this? And that's kind of where it came from, y'all. So once again, this is an unlicensed housing program.
Mhm.
We just trademarked independent living facility. And guess what our definition of that means? An environment where adults are able to live and thrive
Correct.
without the need for staff and or medical oversight. It's that simple, guys. And June 21st and 22nd, we want to give it to you.
Yeah.
And just in case if you've been sleeping under a rock, guys, our major one-on-one coaching where everybody get, most people here in this room paid either 15 grand or 7,500, and they'll tell you it was worth every penny. You guys can now get that for only $3,700. So just really quick, guys, our ILF Mastery Blueprint and everything that's included inside of it means your logo, your website build out. We're going to do all of that because we also have a digital marketing company. The one-on-one coaching is most important. You get me, Shay, and our entire team to help you to get through all the bumps, the bruises, and the guidance of this. Every ebook, every curriculum that we've ever wrote concerning the ILF model, you guys get it. This is the first book I ever wrote. When people say, Derek, you must be a dummy. How can you start a housing program, bro, with no license? Derek, you talking about no staff. And Derek, you broke yourself. Where you gonna buy a house from, Derek? Y'all, people thought I was crazy. But once I made it work, I wrote another book that said I have an ILF. Now what? This is some of the mistakes and the dumb stuff I did. How do you avoid that? This book gonna keep you out of the courtroom and keep more money in your pocket.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I don't want y'all in the courtroom like me. Y'all, I made a lot of dumb mistakes because nobody would teach me.
And Derek, not just that, just being in the courtroom ain't fun. It's not fun. It's not
fun. It's never fun, Shay, when you're on the other side of it.
It's not fun when you get that knock on the door and they
say
you have been served.
And I don't want y'all to go through that because, guys, I didn't know what I was doing. So I also give you guys the ILF 101 course. That is 15 separate courses and things that I want you to know and you must know. So watch out of all of these products that you get, you still get me as your one-on-one coach. And remember, the normal price for this is 15 grand. This is not only $3,700, y'all. Most of y'all gonna start with the HRA. Yeah. That's another question that I got to answer today that came through. Derek, what's my first step to getting started if I can't buy a house or rent one? You're gonna become a housing referral agency because you can still house the homeless and the displaced and you never need property. We teach you that in this book and this course. And we're so nice, we give you a virtual assistant complimentary, Shay.
And don't forget about the private community. We have
all the private, Shay, it's so much involved in this. Most of these people are going to get lost on it. They need to just remember your website, your logo, your internet presence, the one-on-one coaching, the virtual assistant is all from us. The HRA phone scripts. What do you say to people? How do you say it? Who do you say it to? Guys, we give you the templates for the email and the phone call. How do you get a property from somebody that you can rent it from that you're going to house 8 people in it? How do you explain that, Shay? Shay, I used to never tell that unless people bought our coaching. It's now on the ebook. They can get this and the recording for like $97 by itself. All of this is involved in this, Shay. How to acquire that property? Here it is again. I give it to you in video. And remember, you still got me as your big brother. I explained the medications to you because when you get these clients, you want to understand the medications. Guys, I write all of this down and give it to you. Most important, because most of y'all busy and you're not good at social media, you're afraid to call and talk to people. I'm going to give you a VA that can do all of this for you. Remember, Shay told you Latrell writes her grants. Latrell introduces her to hospitals and restaurants, and Shay just walk in the door. A virtual assistant can do that, y'all. Here are these communities that Shay told you about. The VA 101 community for your VA, how to get better with your VA, how to make extra money with your VA. The ILF community for the ILF Master Blueprint people and the HRA community. And my favorite, the bonus, you come to the June event, complimentary, guys. So I'm making this a no-brainer. And again, instead of paying the 15 grand, just pay the 3,700 and you can split it. Meet somebody in this room today. And my team has always said this, even at the 15 grand price, you can go in with 3 people, y'all. Somebody just real quick divide 3,700 by 3. There should be 3 of y'all in here say, man, you know what? I ain't really got the 37. I know that's a great deal, but who want to go half? Somebody should type in the chat, I got my half. Who want to go half with somebody? For the 3,700, you should almost want this by yourself. Because somebody gonna say, no, Derek, I don't want to share this with nobody. I just want this myself. No problem. Last instruction, and I'm gonna move on and answer every other question that y'all got, because this is what we do. Text the word special if you want this. There will be some things to follow. And once you follow that, that's when you're going to get the $3,700 invoice. And it's very simple. You got to follow the Instagram page, follow the, I think it's the Facebook page, and follow the YouTube channel. You do those 3 things, y'all, that saves you over $11,000. And the fact that there's a holiday on Monday, call it a memorial sale too then. Right. So if you're a military veteran, thank you for your service, first of all. If you've ever wanted to house the homeless and the displaced and you ran into stumbling blocks because you thought it had to be a group home, absolutely not. Thought you needed a license? Absolutely not. And for $3,700, somebody should be typing in the chat, Derek, I'm ready to go. Or Justin Derek, I got my half.
Justin said, I got
and Justin, that's a no-brainer. Like, All of that stuff I just named for $3,700, and you come to the event for free. Ladies,
listen,
Shay,
Derek, when Derek announced this, I had no clue that him and
my
Tara
assistant came up with this. Tara
like,
did all of this
him
herself.
and Tara. Well, Tara
I just
came
kind of
up with it,
agree.
and she just told Derek. She volunteered told Derek what was going to be happening.
Yep.
So when they announced it the other day, I was floored. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" But I'm excited that they did it because it gets us the opportunity to see your faces in person, not just for the event, but consistently. Right? We get to coach you
one-on-one coaching. That's the part I love, Shay.
So I'm excited about that.
And Shay, we used to joke so much about we don't just give you a bunch of videos and tell you good luck. But about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we did develop something that's called the do-it-yourself version. Now that's only $2,500, and essentially it's the same stuff, but without me as your personal coach.
Right.
So a lot of people also like that because they said, Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching, bro. Give me all your paperwork. Give me that VA. Still build my website and give me all of those products, Derek, and I'll take that for the $24.97.
That was funny.
So a lot of people say, man, I want that. But I'll admit, it depends on your learning style. Now, I'll admit, I'm somebody that I want you to hold my hand. So I want the one-on-one coaching.
I want to do something real quick, Derek, because I see someone that says I've got my half on Facebook, and then I have someone in on YouTube that wants to go in half. But what we can do is this. I want you, the two of you that want to go in half, text the word half to 407-326-0086. Do that for me, and we can connect the pieces for you all. Because I mean, hey, you get the coaching, you get the event, you get all of that. Yep. So
the conference is the biggest bonus of it all, because again, like the one-on-one coaching, the conference, and the virtual assistant to me is the cheat code, because the VA by itself is $697. The original coaching is $15,000. Yeah. So again, there's a Royal Enterprise says I got my half. So again, guys, to me, this is an absolute no-brainer. And that's what our team truly, because y'all know we laugh and we joke and we play a lot. Correct. But when it comes down to business and people's lives and your life, I treat y'all like family. So when we first posted this, at the bottom it said, we hope that we made this a no-brainer for somebody and that somebody was praying for something just like this. So I appreciate anybody that wants to get into it, but Shay, I don't want to belabor the point. I want to just go through these slides one more time.
I'm just give them that
and
number
I want to
again.
Absolutely, Shay, and I want to continue answering the questions too.
For those that want to go in with someone, just go ahead and text the word half to 407-326-0086. There's no automations or workflows for that. That is just
so we'll manually respond to that.
So we'll be Derek and myself and the team will manually be responding to you all and connecting you. So definitely,
and hopefully even numbers, because that way we can also join y'all together, right? Because y'all can use each other as accountability partner, regardless of where you live at. So
somebody already did it.
So again, regardless of where you live at, from California to Florida, no problem, right? And again, guys, the one-on-one coaching, the event, the virtual assistant, how in the world do you get a property? We put that in the ebook. And the HRA, is my opinion, is where most of y'all gonna start at. The HRA is the Housing Referral Agency. That means you say, Derek, I want to do this, but Derek, I can't buy no house or rent one or lease one. But Derek is still in my heart. Guys, the HRA is for you, because with the HRA, all you need is a cell phone. And we got a 14-minute webinar that breaks the HRA down. So don't forget, y'all, watch both of our webinars at forstonconsultants.com/webinars. Or easier way, if you text the word more info, again, more info, I made it short, more info, to 407-326-0086, they'll send it to you that way.
Yeah.
So again, we want to just make sure that you guys have the opportunity to understand that you can start your own housing program next week, and it doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property, and you don't have to pretend to be a nurse. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So again, let's jump back into some questions. Again, just kind of going through the content that's involved in this ILF Mastery Blueprint 101 coaching. And again, guys, that's $3,700. We also offer financing in-house. We offer financing third party, and we also are allowing people to literally split this in half, right? And we've always done it for the 3 people. So we'll keep doing that. That's crazy to me, but I want to just honor what we've always done, because at the 15 grand, there's 3 people that done the 555. But even at the 3,700, guys, we don't mind it. If it's up to 3 people, we'll do it. More than likely, it's always 2 people, but I'm letting you know that we'll go up to 3 people if you guys need to do that. So again, thank y'all so much. And Shay, let's jump right back into
I want
some questions.
Edna to do the same thing. Text half, because if we have more than 2 people, guess what happens? You heard Derek said we're willing to honor 3. Yep. So go ahead and text the word half. Edna.
Hey, Miss Edna. I think we actually called Edna on Friday. Yeah, she was interested. So Edna, good to see you here. And yes, you can do this in Georgia. I'm getting a lot of questions. Derek, where can I do this at? Everywhere. In all 50 states, right? And again, that the Patrick family that just joined us, just to honor you guys as well. You guys keep asking what it looks like. To us, it's a regular 4-bed, 2-bath home, 3-bed, 2-bath home, right? 2-bed, 1-bath home. The smallest one to date is in Lake Worth, Florida, where a gentleman has a 1-bed, 1-bath and houses military veterans. He's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
1 bed, 1 bath. Because if you know my model, it's 2 per room. The only time that you're going to see that 1 per room like this Patrick family is when I get that call from the military veteran that says, Derek, I don't want to share no room, bro. Derek, I'm 68 years old. I ain't sharing no room.
Nobody.
Derek, I ain't shared a room since I was 13. No problem. We also have shared accommodations. So I often tell people in this one model, there's actually 3 different housing arrangements.
Yeah.
There's the shared room, which is what's going to fit most people, just like that. There's that private room. That means just 1 bed in that room, just like that, or just like that. But there's also that private suite. Shay, what is a private suite? Shay sleeping over there, y'all. So a private suite. Shay's munching all of these text messages that are coming in. Because as you guys doing it, you guys can see it. So again, the private suite, ladies and gentlemen, is the room that looks like this, but it has its own bathroom in it. Does that make sense? Right. So watch this again. Shared 2 beds. Private 1 bed. Without a bathroom, they still share the hallway bathroom. That third one, they have their own bathroom. But this 2 per room, guys, is what fits most people. 90 to 95% of calls that we get, this is what they actually can afford. Okay? So again, if you just joined us, these are not group homes. These are not ALFs. This is co-living, shared living.
Yep.
And it's an environment where people are going to live together and share all of the common areas. This is that do-it-yourself version that I talked about earlier, guys. It's the same as the ILF Mastery Blueprint 101 coaching. It's just without me as the 101 coach. People that says, well, Derek, I don't need you. I just need the paperwork and all of that stuff. You can get that for only $24.97, right? But I'm going to move past this, because right here again, when they ask what it looks like, this right here, I'm going to get those 2 Sterilite drawers from Walmart. And that's typically what they're going to use for their clothing. Most people that we bring in, guys, they come with the clothes on their backs. Some of my houses actually have dressers and drawers, like real wood and like Shay.
Yeah.
Most of them have that. Shay, talk about why would you have real dressers and me maybe not?
So for me, it's my ladies, right? They come with a lot of stuff. And for the most part, the ladies that I have acquired in my housing or have accommodated, excuse me, in my housing program have been with me for quite some time. My longest standing resident to date is about 4 years, 4 years. So what ends up happening is, as they reside there with you, they get more and more stuff. They go shopping, they do things for themselves. So we had to transition from the sterilites to the actual dressers for them. And most times, let me tell you, they're so self-sufficient. They'll go and they'll call me and say, "Hey, Shay, I'm going to buy a dresser this week. Is that okay?" Right? Absolutely, go for it. As long as it's sturdy, stable, and it doesn't cause any liability issues within the house. I'm fine with that. But for the most part, like they'll send me a picture. Hey, I found this. I want to bring this to the home. Blah blah blah. And that's how we move forward with it. Or the Angela Denise Foundation, if they have a need, again, I reach out to some of my partners like CityServe, and I say, hey, my ladies are in need of this. Can you help us source it? Or if you find anything, or if you have anything, can you let me know when you have it? And they're like, absolutely. So, like, prime example, Derek, all of my furniture at the new lady's house, the living room furniture, the two refrigerators, the outdoor patio set, everything came from City Serve Orlando, Paul White Ministries, and Story Life Church.
Relationship.
And those are community partners that have partnered alongside of us, the Angela Denise Foundation, to help us take the vision forward. So there's no lack. And again, like I said, whatever we need, whether it's a dresser, whether it's nightstands, whatever we need, we just ask, and most times it's just provided. So
Yep. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
That is absolutely good stuff. So here's the question that we get often. Can we do this in a mobile home? Yes.
Mhm.
So the only advice that we often give is that we want the mobile home to be on its own land,
Mhm.
right? And just a small little thing that I'll throw in here at Second Chance Housing, where we house the homeless and displaced, we also have a rehab crew. So oftentimes we'll get a mobile home that may look like this. This is trash, right?
Terrible.
But at a very low cost. And at the June event, we talk about buying properties like this, tax deeds and tax liens. Now, I'll admit that's not my game, but Shay and I are getting in that game now. Trust me, we just spent a lot of money on buying a house and rehabbing it.
And we'll
I
even
want to know
share
how
some of
can
the
we do
deets on
this?
that.
Yeah, but Shay, I want to know how do we not spend 80 grand on a project? How do we spend 3 grand to buy a house instead
Right.
of maybe 200 grand on
Exactly.
a house? Right. And now do the rehab,
Mhm.
right? Get a house that looks like this, but now we rehabbing and it looks like this.
That's so beautiful.
So there's nothing wrong to start in a mobile home, ladies and gentlemen, but not with inside of a park.
Correct.
So that's also something that the Patrick family asked. And lucky for you, I already had this on the slide. So
So
again, Shay, go
I
ahead.
do have a question that came in over here. And the question is, how do we handle, with it being shared living, how do we handle any issues that may arise between the residents? That was a
So
question that came in.
great question. That always falls back to our
Mhm.
rule book and our handbook and our structure. So just in case if you didn't know, the model that we work out of, which is the ILF model, this is not just us renting rooms, right? We literally have more of a program and more of a structure base. So our rule book is probably about 35 pages long. But the most important page to our rule book is page 6.
Yeah.
Rules 1 through 10 highlighted in bold writing, which we give you. So if you're thinking about getting our coaching, we don't want you to create a rule book. We're going to give it to you.
Correct.
And then if you say, well, man, why Derek don't have that? They're not allowed to drink red Kool-Aid in their room. Well, I didn't write that rule, but if you want it, you can add it. So that when we give you your rule book, we give it to you in a Word document. So I guarantee you, Neonta has added rules to her rule book. I guarantee you, Tiffany has added rules to that rule book. Because I tell people, when things happen to you in this business, you say, man, you know what? We should make that a rule.
Yeah.
So just to be clear on your question, the way that we kind of handle things and handle problems, it all falls back to our structure and our rule book. And then we got a step, I won't call it a 3-step process, but there's a process until either we fix this problem or we gonna have to evict somebody.
Yes.
Because most people think just because we run this program, how can we discharge, or y'all may call evict or kick somebody out? Well, we use the term discharge.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that still through a couple different ways, but watch this. There is no difference between my tenant and your tenant who just rent to families. I still will have to go through the eviction process if it comes to that. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Then I'll land that
absolutely.
answer there.
Absolutely.
Ms. Shay?
So the other question is, how do you avoid? This is a wild question. How do you avoid being cited by your city?
By being cited?
Yeah.
What do they mean by being cited?
Let's see.
Can you give me a little bit more about being cited? Now I can give you some experience, right? When I first started this, I ran a clown show. It was a circus because I didn't know what I was doing, which means I draw the wrong attention. So I'm going to answer your question right now without you even having to go deep because it's all experience. When I first got into this, guys, I was running a clown show. Because remember, now if you haven't watched my webinar, you have no clue where I'm about to go, but watch this. I started this with no knowledge of it. Y'all gonna be different because you got me. Whether you buy a package or not, I'm coming every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. The one-on-one coaching is what you need, though. But watch this. When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing, so I was bringing in the wrong people. I was housed in the wrong population, people that were not independent. So what did that bring to my program and my neighborhood and the cul-de-sac in which I was in? The ambulance, the police department, the fire department, the paramedic. This is 3 and 4 and 5 times a week. Dummy me, because I'm bringing in the wrong people that are not independent. So I learned this the hard way, y'all. So to answer your question, that's how you not get cited. You get the proper coaching. You house the right population because your neighbors should love what you're doing. Not be like, oh my God, they started a group home. The devil is a liar. We didn't start no group home. We just help people. Because if we give y'all the verbiage, most of y'all problems, you're using the wrong verbiage. How do I know? Because I did it too. You're talking to the wrong people. You're using the wrong verbiage. And that's why I want to guide you with the one-on-one coaching. And even more so at the June event. The June event is like that one time you can come and get everything out of us without me trying to be tight-lipped because I'm online. They taught me 2 weeks ago that I can't even say certain things on Facebook and YouTube because they'll cut me off. Come see me in June because that's my building. I pay for that building. I can say what I want to. But on these YouTube streets, Shay taught me that, guys, I didn't know this, but I can't say certain things that's a part of my coaching on this live. Times have changed, y'all. No different from you can't just go on TV and say, well, if you was born a man, you should be a man. If you was born a lady, you should be. See, I'm probably not supposed to be saying that. That's just an example, though. Come see me June 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to take off all the veils. No secrets. Now, even though we don't call it a masterclass, that's kind of what it's going to be. But we just bring all of the other pieces to the puzzle because usually it's just me and my wife, my family running our big mouth. This year, over 10 different speakers to bring to you the pieces of the puzzle. Because remember, the whole slogan of this event, in case if y'all didn't know, it's called From Idea to Implementation. Most of y'all got the idea of starting this, but you have no clue how to get started. That's our job. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information, but just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
We are back. Let's do it, Derek.
Any other questions that are in the chat before I go back to my phone?
Lovely questions. I am going to post them here. We've got Miss Edna who says, can we rent properties with homeowners association?
Do not. I got a big video on it. Just posted it not even probably 3 days ago, right? I'm wearing a burgundy shirt. And make sure y'all are following me because a lot of these questions, this is the easy stuff, Edna. You gonna need me for that hard stuff. I'm so gracious, and watch this. And this is just not me. And I appreciate y'all telling us. There's over 5 people this week that I can show y'all that says, Derek, we just came from this conference, and I won't name it or all of that stuff because I ain't about bashing people. But Derek, you give more information on your lives for free than I just paid $1,800 at a conference. Guys, come to our conference in June for $397, $697 VIP, or Elite at $997, and bring your husband. But just to answer your question, I just literally put out a video where I'm wearing a burgundy shirt that says one of the biggest no-nos is don't do this in an HOA. In the small print of the HOA, Etna, it's going to say somewhere about you can't run a business, you can't do Airbnb, you can't do shared housing, and you can't alter a lease inside of that place, inside of that HOA. So do not. There's a lot of people that do this. Then they find us after they get in trouble, and now it's hard to. So, Edna, thank God that you didn't do this already. Hopefully, prayerfully, right? So, great question, Edna. Do not do this in an HOA.
What people don't realize is they don't check the bylaws neither, right? So, if you're renting in an HOA, you're really not. You don't have access to the bylaws if you're renting the property. But I'm sure you can ask and get them. But you want to make sure that that all of that is reviewed. Excuse me, like some organizations won't even let you let an organ, like prime example, we tell you, and I'm going to spill a little beans here, Derek. We tell you if you are going to rent, make sure you rent in your business name. And some HOAs wouldn't even allow a corporate lease within the HOA. So those are things that you have to know as well. So we say no. Most HOAs, communities are more observed. Somebody on the board lives in the board lives in the community. They see something go awry. Now it's an issue. Like we were in a group. I'm in a group, and one of the things is there's a young lady that has to move all of her residents. You know why? Didn't say anything to the owner of the home, and it was in an HOA. So now they gave her 30 days notice to get out. House full of people.
Guys, we're not sneaking this model behind the homeowner's back, guys.
We don't do that.
You're going to cause a bigger problem. Remember, we're trying to end homelessness. If you lease or rent a house without the knowledge or the owner having the knowledge of what you're doing, as soon as they find out, they're going to kick you out and your residents. Now you've caused a bigger problem.
Yeah.
So for the Tracy family, yes, we tell the owner what we're doing, but it's a way to word it.
100%.
I told you just 9 minutes ago, most of y'all mess up this verbiage. You're scaring people versus telling them that you're a resource and you're the answer to the city's problem.
Yeah.
Shay talked about that over 4 weeks ago in a room about her nonprofit and how she's literally just answering the city's problem.
Yeah.
You're being an answer to their problem. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to present it the right way. And thank you, Joanne, for chiming in the chat because there's a lot of questions. But what's so cool, Miss Libby, Joanne was you last year in this room asking questions. Now, Joanne is an ILF Master Blueprint member. She paid way more than $3,700. Big shout out to Joanne. Right? But now she's answering your questions in the chat. Joanne can teach this almost now. See what I mean, Libby? So, but Joanne's connect. In fact, Joanne called me yesterday.
Was it?
Because she's an ILF Mastery Blueprint member. Joanne got my personal number. Derek, let's talk about this. No problem. Me and her on the phone for 45 minutes. That's how it works. Not her just waiting for me to come on YouTube on a Monday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm Joanne Big Brother now. So regardless of the age, if I'm older than you or younger than you, I'm called your big brother the day that we come family. Because in this thing that we're doing, guys, I ain't gonna say I hate to say it, guys, we're experts at this. Period. And it's because we've been through so much, the lawsuits, the bumps, the bruises.
Everything.
Because again, if you don't know my story, you're gonna get lost by this.
Yeah.
Guys, I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this out. Couldn't eat and couldn't sleep until we got it. Because God showed me. And remember my promise, y'all. I say, God, I'll never take credit. Why do you think I keep saying God showed me? God. This ain't Derek.
Yeah.
Guys, I've never been the smartest guy in my classroom ever. And Shay tricked me to go to college. Through the grace of God, I finished that. But I always tell people, if it wasn't for God's grace, right, and giving me the vision of a lady that was making $41,000 a month doing this, y'all. Yeah. But y'all, she was doing it in rats and roaches. The only thing that we want to show you guys is how to do that in a different way. That's it. And this is kind of what it looks like. This house right here that you see on the screen right
It
now
don't
is
look like
ugly.
that no more.
It's grimy, but it's the one that Shay bought, y'all. And she fully rehabbed it.
Yep.
Shay gonna walk y'all through it. Because right now, guess who Shay houses? Remember what the Bible says, the poor, the needy, and the widow? Shay housing women that their husbands have died. Sometimes people are only homeless because they lost their income with the spouse. Even though I worked in a mental health hospital, and that's my love for the mental health people, guys, between the last 18 to 22 months, we've been housing the everyday Joe.
Yeah.
The guy that can't afford his own apartment.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that can't afford his own house.
Yep.
These pictures that I'm showing y'all, they can't afford this themselves. So
Yeah.
I'm teaching y'all to go out and rent one of these. Remember that mobile home we talked about? Don't worry about the trash, Miss Libby. That was trash day. Somebody took that mobile home and the inside looks just like what I showed you earlier. Now, some people get real big and bougie and get a big old house. Watch this, Libby, because most people, they almost choke up every time I make this statement. Most of y'all in this room, depending on what your regular 9 to 5 job is, you can get one of these and leave your job.
Yeah.
I usually pause and just wait because that's going to resonate with somebody. You're looking at a 7-bedroom, 4.5 bath home. If you remember my model, not saying you have to do 2 people, but you're talking about taking 14 people from homeless to hopeful. What if the elderly adults that are over the age of 65 and they're not trying to find no party? They ain't looking for no drugs. They don't want no girlfriends and boyfriends. They want a quiet, nice place to live. And you got 14 of them in there. Can somebody do 14 times 700 in the chat real quick? And notice that we don't talk about money a lot.
We don't.
Because if you got sense, money follows ministry. Money follows mastery. And we've mastered the art of housing people. God just allowed us to find a population of people that can't afford their own house. They can't afford first, last, and security deposits. They can't afford to go and buy furniture.
Yep.
All of the things that most of us need to get our own apartment, guys, they can't afford this stuff. That's why we present this house right here, guys, is my favorite model, actually. This is the 4-bed, 2-bath model, Shay. This allows me to take 8 people from homeless to hopeful.
Yeah.
But watch this. The house, I have a 4-bed, 2-bath right now that there is not 8 people. There's only 6. Why is that? Because 2 of those rooms, I made private rooms. So see how you can do that, guys? I could put 8 people in here, or I could put 4 people that share rooms in those 1, 2, but the other 2, private. And remember, all those prices are now different. So the Tracy family, when you guys ask me, well, what's your favorite? I'll be honest, that 4-bed, 2-bath model is my favorite. I have smaller houses than this, and I got larger ones, just like that one I just showed you. I got them this big, right? I have them this small. But my favorite is that 4-bed, 2-bath home because it's flexible, Shay. Shay, can you just talk about your model real quick? What did you do to the house that you just bought? What was it and what is it now?
Well, it was a 4-3. It is now a 5-3. And I have at max capacity, I can take 10 individuals from homeless to hopeful. Because of the female population, Derek, you've always heard me say this. I will never do max capacity.
Okay.
Just because it's a lot easier to minimize the personalities in the house than to go max. But in the event of, or there's always an emergency bed in my houses. So I maintain, or I'll keep the census to where I can still accommodate for an emergency bed or an emergency placement. So with that said, currently I have 2 shared rooms. So I have 2 rooms that have 2 individuals each.
And one is your master.
Yes,
room, right?
one is the master. So they share a restroom. The other rooms are all single occupancy. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. I have the capacity right now for 7 plus an emergency bed. So 8 max in this facility. Yeah, and that's pretty much how I did that one, Derek. I literally used one of the accommodations that would be technically like a suite with the understanding that an emergency placement can come here at any given time, and that's signed in that person's documentation. so that they know. And you'll see that I kind of try to level out the restrooms with women. We're a little different when it comes to the restroom, right? So I try to level it out based on the restrooms, even though that's not something that we typically tell people to do. But because I have residents that have been with me on such a long term scale, that I make sure that I manage it a specific way.
Good
Yep.
stuff.
Consistently.
Love it, love it, love it. And also I just wanted to add again, because this question just got texted in, say that they saw the commercial for the ILF Mastery Blueprint
Mm-hmm.
at the scholarship for the 7,500.
Yes.
They just joined us. That is now $3,700 on the sale.
Correct.
And if you wanted that, you just text the word special to 407-326-0086. That brings that coaching from 15 grand slash to 7,500 and then slash to $3,700. And we're also allowing you guys to partner with somebody to
Correct.
split it in half. Okay, let's take a word really quick from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. Hey, any more questions that are in the chat? We love questions.
Yeah,
and again,
let's
if you
do it.
just joined us, we're teaching you guys how to start your own shared housing program. We call them independent living facilities, which are the opposite of an ALF. So we do ILFs, right? Independent living facilities. And ALF, they need help. They need staff. You have to drive them around, and it requires a license. This is the easiest and the best real estate strategy, guys, because it doesn't require a license and you don't have to own the property. Those are the two things that stop most people from getting into this.
Yeah.
If you disagree with that, tell me. But over my span of me trying to get into it myself 8 years ago, but also in the teaching of it, buying the property, Shay, and having to have a license is what most people struggle with. So when they find us, it's like, oh my God, I can do this and don't have to buy the property and no license. So again, the quick example that I tell people that we taught a lady just say on a Monday, 9 days later, she had a house and 3 clients in it. That's not normal though, right? She just was a real bulldog. What Rita and Ken just did is kind of the average. Rita and Ken are only 7 to 8 weeks inside of our coaching. They have the ILF Mastery Blueprint. They have a house and 5 clients in it already. And not even 20 minutes ago, she typed into the chat, I gotta go. I'm going to do an assessment to fill my last bed. Lord have mercy. That's the example. Miss Libby, can you imagine meeting me today and 7 weeks later, you teamed up with my brother from Tallahassee who also said I got my half? So big shout out to the 2 people here that say I got my half, right? I think it's 4 of y'all now. So again, that's why we get so excited, because I prayed many years ago. I said, God, if you change my life doing this, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. So again, guys, you don't have to be a genius to do this. The only requirement for this right here is a big heart for people, the love for God, and if you just happen to love real estate, ding, 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 ding.
You got
this
it.
is the next best thing to do. Shay, next question.
Let's talk about these cameras, because I think that is a question that a lot of people
We hit it, but we didn't go deep. But
right.
yeah.
Let's go a little deep on that. We've got 15 minutes before time. So if y'all have questions, let's do it. Let's get in on these questions. Do you have cameras in the common areas of the home? So that is a question that we're asked a lot. And yes, we do. For me in this house, I also have cameras outside. So my whole perimeter of the property is monitored, interior and exterior. The reason why we do this is because we want to keep the safety of our of all of our residents, right? And this is again a learning lesson. We had an incident there that took place when we were new in this, and we had taken over our house. Derek, I don't know if you remember, but we had taken over our house from another facility owner, and they had cameras, but they didn't work. They were fake cameras in this house, y'all. An incident took place, and the first thing the resident hollered is, "Look at the camera, check the footage, check this," blah, blah, and no footage. We were literally 48 hours in on a house takeover where we took over from an existing provider of housing, right? And that was crazy. It could have alleviated so much by having those cameras. And from that day forward, we decided cameras will be in all homes, in all shared spaces. So that way we know if anything happens, like the weirdest things can happen. And it just sometimes just saves your skin, right? So yes, cameras are a must.
Good stuff. I love it. I love it. Only in the common areas, ladies and
Correct.
gentlemen. What's your next one you got, Miss Shay?
Give me a second because I am literally
And while
going
Shay is
back
putting
and
that up,
forth.
don't forget, guys, if you do want that one-on-one coaching that has all of that stuff involved, just text that word special to 407-326-0086. There'll be a lot of people that hear this on the replay as
Yeah.
well. So I'll just repeat that. Our normal coaching, ladies and gentlemen, is 15 grand. There's a scholarship that can bring it down to 7,500, right? Those same requirements for that scholarship now brings it to $3,700. And we're allowing you guys to split that between two people. So if two of you all want to split that, make sure you text that word special to 407-326-0086. And then Shay also gave you guys instruction that if you want to go in together, I think she told you to type, "I got my half" or something, Shay. I
Half.
can't remember
Just
half.
half.
So again, if you guys just text into us that you want that, our job is to be to kind of match y'all and merge y'all together. So obviously we'll start with the two people, the 2 and 2, right? So I got a few of you all that are texting that in. So thank y'all so much for that. And again, um, we'll move forward on that most likely on. I think our team is working Monday. Shay, is that
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
We are.
So we'll send that information to you guys for sure, probably on Monday. And again, don't forget, we're back here live Monday, 6 p.m. So I look forward to that as well. Any other questions, Miss Shay? Because we do have about, I think, about 10 more minutes. And I
Little bit
want to
more
just
than
make sure
that.
that we honor all of the new people.
So just give I'm going to give a heads up. So like you said just now, for those that have texted in, we will send a brief message out. Um, and then we will also, so I just want them to know the process. Usually what happens is our team will see that and they will initiate invoices. So please don't be alarmed. They will initiate an invoice from Forston Consultants.
Yeah, if you don't want it, don't pay it, right?
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget
Right.
we did that one time. They said, "Why did you send me an invoice?" Well, ma'am, don't move forward if you don't want it. Our
Right.
team just
You
does
put
it so that if you
in.
want it, it's already there.
No, what happens
So
is sometimes people will opt into something, and then when they get the response that goes with it, they're like, "What?"
yeah. Miss Libby, the last day for the 3,700 is the, what is it? The 20, what is it? The
The end of this month.
31st.
Is it 31
So
days?
I said for this entire month. So the third, if there's 31 days in this month, I can't remember. Let me check my calendar. Let me
Yes,
see.
there
I
is.
think it's 31 days
There are
here.
31
Then
days.
you guys have until the 31st. No problem.
Yep.
All right. And then it'll go back to the original 15. And then most people do qualify for the scholarship that brings it to 7,500. But while it's at 3,700 and the June event is involved in it, and the website build out, and your logo, and the virtual assistant, it just makes sense now to get it right now. Like
Right.
that's a no-brainer not to miss this sale. And Miss Libby, thank you again for finding us. And you're new. In fact, if you are new to us, type in the chat, where did you find us at?
Yeah.
We always love to know that. Was it in one of these newer Facebook groups that we're in? Is it on this YouTube channel? Like, how are you guys finding us? And I think I still have 2 questions that came in to me personally. So I'm going to look those up. But yeah, let me know in the chat. How did you find us, Miss Libby? Or anybody that's new to us? Because we also like to kind of know what's working.
Absolutely.
And then that last part well, actually, it's 2 things that I'm going to cover before I go. I want to discuss the student housing, and I want to discuss the HRA one more time, because a lot of you all that want to get started with this, you may not be able to go and buy a house today or rent one or lease one. But the HRA, guys, only requires your cell phone and the willingness to tell people that you
Mhm.
house folks. What I've noticed in a lot of these Facebook groups, and that's also in that free webinar that's only 14 minutes long that we give you, there's people that are screaming for your help inside of these Facebook groups. There's a lot of people, obviously, that are not getting my coaching, because my coach is going to teach you how to get the people before you ever get the house. A
Yeah.
lot of people are getting this house and now they're stuck.
Yep.
And they're paying rent month after month after month after month, and the house is empty. So, first of all, as a housing referral agency, one of your lead generations needs to be joining at least 10 to 15 Facebook groups that talk about group homes, shared housing, and all of that stuff. Why
Mhm.
wouldn't you join groups like that? Because essentially,
Yep.
you can house the homeless and the displaced, but you didn't need the property. The person already has the property.
Exactly, Derek.
You now find the people. Does that make sense, everybody? Or does that lose
Mm.
anybody? One more time. We teach you guys how to run the HRA, which again is a part of this special sale that we're giving you all. So if you didn't notice, or if you didn't know, or if it slipped by you, this $3,700 that we're talking about, right? For the ILF Mastery Blueprint, guess what's inside of it? The HRA business in a box. That's why we're going to build your logo. We're going to build your website.
Yes.
The one-on-one coaching with Shay and I and our team is involved in that.
That's
Not
right.
just here on YouTube. Every book, every course, every curriculum that we ever created, you get it. All the courses, all the curriculum, and you still get me as your one-on-one coach.
Boom.
The HRA is right here. Proven strategies for becoming a housing referral agency. And because I know most of y'all real busy, I give you a virtual assistant complimentary. Now, the $5 an hour that you owe them for their pay, now that's on you.
Right.
But for my
Yeah.
team to vet, train, and endorse and find that VA, we're going to take care of that for you. That's normally $697 by itself. So the HRA ebook, and I give you a course walking you through step by step of how do you house the homeless in the displaced, but you don't have a house. I teach you how to do that in this course, and you still got me as your one-on-one coach to teach you how to do it. There's a lot of brand new one-on-one coaching people that I have right now. This is what they're implementing right now before they get a house. This is going to be your stepping stones, because the only difference between this HRA and the you doing it is that when we finally get the phone call, all the other teaching is the same. But as the HRA, you're going to look to build relationships with other people to refer that person out once they call your phone. As the operator, you're going to try to house this guy yourself because you have the house.
Right. I love that. Yeah.
But even though, Shay, with the folks that have the house, what if they get a call from a knucklehead or somebody that don't fit their model? We teach you how to be an HRA too.
Yeah.
So prime example, watch this.
Oh, you're full.
My assistant, Jess, who runs my program, Jess made 3 referrals just this week.
Mhm.
That means that somebody called our phone and they were not a good fit for my program. So here's my team. Meet my team, Shay and I. This is Shay and I's team if you've never met them.
Our beautiful people.
Tara is our executive administrator. She runs all of our businesses and she's in charge of all of my virtual assistants. She's the boss.
Correct.
Jess runs my program at Second Chance Housing. Watch this. Many years ago, God and I built Second Chance Housing. God and I. Notice I put God first. 15 months ago, I trained Jess to become me.
Yeah.
Meaning I don't answer my phones no more at Second Chance Housing. I don't do the social media at Second Chance Housing. I don't set up appointments to meet social workers and case managers. Say right before we go, for the new people, bring up that thing where you always show them people your open house.
Yeah.
Jess is the one that calls all of these hospitals so that Shay and I just show up and sound good. Jess orders the coffee and donuts. Shay and I just show up. So 15 months ago, y'all, I trained a lady from the Philippines that lives in a completely different culture and time zone than I do, that works for $5 an hour. Because for me, that's affordable. For them, that's a well-to-do family in the Philippines. Because where they live at, $1 an hour is about the minimum wage, working 7 days a week. So working with us, Miss Wilson, I'm Jess's cheat code. I'm the dream job for Filipinos. To work for an American only 5 days a week, only from 9 to 5, and making $5 an hour versus 80 cents an hour, 42 cents an hour, 78 cents an hour, $1.13 an hour. $5 an hour, guys. And this is how we get a lot done. Because I can't answer all them phone calls that come into that phone. I can't do all of those assessments. So I trained Jess to become me. We give y'all this in that package. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys that HRA business in the box. Hold on, Shay. It's absolutely unbeatable because you get the train of how to house people right now. Do you realize, guys, when we developed this over 7-8 years ago, you had to have a house to make this work? You had to either buy one, lease one, or rent one. But now today, if you got a cell phone, forget the computer, because most of y'all phones are computers, and the willingness to open your mouth and tell people, I am a housing provider. Miss Libby, Wilson Solutions takes people from homeless to hopeful. You do that in a shared living environment, and you house adults that can live and thrive without the need for staff or medical oversight. Lord have mercy. Because I'm hoping somebody's getting this. Because again, guys, this is what God told me, guys, and I'm going to be real transparent without trying to be nasty. One day I was in the bathroom. I'm going to just say going to the restroom. And God gently put it on my heart and said, Derek, all the people that want to do this, Derek, everybody can't buy no house or rent one, Derek. You need to show people how that referral agent called you one day for a client, and when you took the client there, he charged you a referral fee.
He sure did.
I said, oh my God. And that day I said, Lord, you are so good to me and these people, because a lot of y'all want to do this.
Yeah.
But a lot of y'all can't buy a house or rent one.
We see it.
And lucky for y'all, over 2 weeks ago, I forgot about this, but the HRA business in the box is on sale.
Yes.
For like $497. The original cost for the HRA business in the box, guys, is $19.97, and it's worth every penny. That's under $2,000 for a whole business. The SOPs, the courses, the ebooks. But Shay, I forgot. If they type in HRA Splash as the coupon code, you get that for only $497.
Wow, Derek.
So Shay, that HRA again, but Shay is also inside of this $3,700 crazy sale for the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So in my opinion, why wouldn't you get the SOPs, the email templates, the ebooks, all the courses, the one-on-one coaching, the virtual assistant? Here's that VA I told you about. You're going to have your own assistant, your own Jess. All the VIP communities. And again, guys, the bonus is that complimentary June event for free. All of that for $3,700. And to answer your question, Libby, we're doing this to the 31st of this month, and this is over with, because this is crazy. We're also offering the financing.
Yep.
Third-party financing as well as in-house. Ladies and gentlemen, again, man, my name is Derek Forston. I approve this entire message. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back to answer all of the questions that you have, and we're going to wrap it up in probably less than 15 minutes. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. Absolutely. Good stuff. Miss Shay, back on you. Shay, you had a question that came in about, is there any difference in between the way you and Derek run this program because you're non-for-profit and Derek is in regular LLC?
No, honestly, there is no difference in how we run the day-to-day operations of the ILF space. There are other things that I do inside of my nonprofit that Derek does not do, right? Like again, I set up different events, different outreach opportunities, different things are attached to my nonprofit that are more so, community driven than it would be just for the housing. So, absolutely not when it comes to the housing, Derek. I utilize the same independent living facility rules, regulations, leasing documents, like everything that we do in the for-profit space, I do exactly in this. I do the exact same in the nonprofit space. Um, there's no difference. There's no difference in operations. Now, as a nonprofit organization in general, my operations look a little differently. My documentation is a lot more strict. My financial income and the way it is used when the money comes in, that is all designated and dedicated to different things pertaining to my nonprofit organization. So my accountant oversees all of that stuff,
Yep.
and I can't spend, as Derek will spend. I can't pay out as Derek will pay out. So again, in the structure aspect of it all, there are some differences, but when it comes to the actual housing program, the actual program where I am housing individuals, there is no difference.
Good
None.
stuff. And Shay, while we got you on the hot seat here, can you talk about these pictures that are scrolling across your screen? Because somebody asked about how
Absolutely.
do you invite people and
Oh,
who are
wow.
these people?
So this is a complete organization's case management team, leadership team, right? So what I actually used to work for this organization, and we know how to access their corporate meetings, which are held once a month. So our team, so Jess pretty much took that information that was given to her, and she found out who the director was of social media, social services. And what she did was reached out, and upon reaching out, we were invited to their clinical meeting that's held monthly, where a representative or representation from every facility in our, in the area was in person. So we pretty much got to explain who we were, how we do things, and then we invited them for their own personal ILF open house. And this is a group of them at the open house. Where we talked about what we do. Again, they got to see it, they got to feel it, they got to see they got to interact with my residents. And this is that same opportunity that will be afforded to our VIP and elite members on the 22nd of June, where you will get the same experience as we were going to show you how we do an open house. Not only that, we're going to allow you to interact and engage with our residents. So this is, again, just a part of the process. So again, we're showing you, not just telling you what it looks like, what should an open house consist of, what should be done, what should be going on. We're not just going to do that. We're going to show you. We're not just going to tell you, we're going to show you. So you're going to be a part of an open house and learn how to run and do your own open house when it's time for that, when it's that time for you to do so. So Derek, that is
And
it.
Shay, it's so interesting. Literally, as you're reading, excuse me, not reading, as you're talking, I'm reading a post that somebody just put. They literally are asking, how do you do this? And Shay, and I'm gonna show it on my screen. This is the Facebook post of what Shay is showing y'all right now.
Oh wow.
Somebody just posted in the group. People charge you thousands of dollars to explain this, and nobody won't help me. I just text back, ma'am, we're live right now talking about this.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. So when you guys are complimenting us and thanking us for sharing this information so freely, we appreciate that.
Mhm.
Somebody just told me that they paid $1,800 to go to a conference and couldn't get half of what they just got in this live. So I'm just gonna say thank you all. We appreciate that. And again, I'm not in the business of bashing people. I'm not going to bring up that company's name or who that is. I just appreciate when you guys do let us know. So I hope she comes in here now because it looks like we've talked before, and she's asking that same question: how you get all of these people to come? And we're literally giving the game away live right now. So I hope that she's here.
Absolutely. I
That's
hope so
interesting.
too. Because like I said, and it's streaming on Facebook as well.
Yeah. And,
So
and and they also asked, how do you get the community leaders to come out? Again, I'll
invite
just
them.
be honest. We use Jess, our virtual assistant, who also uses Digital Flow Solutions, which is our software system, and she sends it from our email per se. So so all I gotta do is say, hey Jess, can you go look up all 5 commissioners that are in my city? Guys, that's research done in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Now we create an email that sounds really great. And we send that to the mayor, the commissioner, seat 1, seat 2, seat 3, seat 4, seat 5.
Every last one of them.
So, guys, there's a commissioner that's in your city. There's somebody that's over your housing in your city. So it's as simple as just writing emails and inviting people to come to it. Because as far as I'm concerned, guys, they're begging for it. Remember, I used to be the social worker years ago. I begged to find people like you all that were offering clean, affordable, safe housing. So that's why, again, June 21st and June 22nd, not only will we be talking about case managers, we're bringing them to you. Usually just me every year talking about, you need to go and talk to a case manager and say this. You need to talk to it and say, no more of that. We're bringing the social worker and the case manager to tell you how you should be presenting it. How cool is that? So every area that you're going to need. Oh, and by the way, Miss Renee Scott just also finalized. She'll be there. The lady that covers us for our insurance in terms of what we do.
That's good stuff.
Watch this, Patrick family. I'm going to take a whole pig trail right here. One of my biggest mistakes in the beginning, which you asked me, and it's going to be in my newest book that's about to drop. It's called The 12 Dumbest Mistakes I've Ever Made. And one of y'all was not being insured the proper way. That led to an over $30,000 lawsuit and went over 2 years long.
Yeah.
Because dummy me didn't know what I was doing. I was given the advice to get insurance, but just moving fast, trying to work my job, trying to quit my job, trying to leave my job, trying to make this dream happen. And guys, I ignored it, but that was dumb of me. So now today, we're bringing that same person that now saves our life and our business through this insurance.
Yep.
Because I don't want y'all doing this uninsured, ladies and gentlemen. You can be unlicensed, but not uninsured. There's a difference.
That's so good.
And we're going to break that down June 21st and June 22nd. In fact, Miss Renee just confirmed she'll probably be on the web. So when ilfconference.com, again, that's ILF, that stands for Independent Living Facility conference.com. Book your ticket. Because again,
great event.
If God has already kind of put this on your heart, it don't take me to tell you to buy your ticket. God just merged me and you together now with this information, and he showed you the way because you've been praying for it. It's not a coincidence that you just bumped into us. It don't work like that. We believe in such a time as this. Not like, I wonder how that happened. I wonder how I just bumped into Derek them. You've been praying for it. And so have we. Because our prayer sounds like this. God, introduce us to more people with like-minded spirits and hearts just like us. People that want to do your will through real estate. Because God, you said, not Derek, God, you said the poor and the needy will always be among us. And you said that we're to take care of the poor, needy, and the widow. And God, if you would allow me to do this through Forston Consultants and through real estate, I really appreciate it. Can you imagine covenant and having a connection and partnering with God? That's covenant, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be in covenant with God. I want to be in relationship with God. And how great is it that you can be in a business to where the blessing of God is already tied into it?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say this one more time. Can you imagine having a business where the blessing of God is already tied into it? That's what this is, y'all. Yeah. And I jokingly say this, but some of my family members thought I was going to grow up and be a preacher. We're going to be a preacher. He going to have a microphone. That boy going to be a preacher.
Please no.
Justin, I'm not going to ever probably be a preacher that has his own church. Some of y'all call them pulpits or stages. But guess what? I'll always have a ministry. Because that's some of y'all problem. Some of y'all think you need a microphone. Some of you want a microphone. Because if you just met me today, you have no clue that I used to never like speaking in front of people. Because I was born 1981, November 16th, and I was stuttering from the womb. And some of y'all probably caught it. I stutter sometimes real bad, y'all. So I never wanted to speak in front of people. Now, if you met me today, you like, man, boy, he'll speak all over the world. Well, I will now. But guys, I never liked speaking to people until God gave me a message. And the message was, God, Derek, do my will, but you're not going to be a preacher. You're not going to have a congregation. But I want you to love me, God, love people, and Derek, I'm going to allow you to use real estate. Because guess what my prayer was many years ago, Justin? God, I want to be in real estate. God, I want to help people. Dummy me, I'm on the job for 9 years, and God gave me everything I prayed for.
Yeah.
Derek, you want to help people? Okay, I'm going to use Shay, your wife, to trick you to go to college. You want to help people? Here go a social work job, Derek. Derek, you want to be involved in real estate? Because here I am praying to be, God, get me, God, everybody that's well to do in life, they involved in real estate.
Some way or another.
God, I want to be in real estate. Rich people are involved in real estate. Dummy me, again, he showed me people that were being mistreated through real estate. Y'all, one of the things that broke my heart so bad, I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor paying $750 a month to sleep on the kitchen floor. Can you imagine? When people refuse to teach me this, Justin, I took a Saturday just like today, bro. It's been over 7 years now. And I said, man, nobody want to teach me. Derek, open your eyes, bro. You know all the addresses. You know where they're at. And this ain't Derek saying it. I'm going to believe the Holy Spirit was pushing me to do that. I'm no genius. I would have never thought of that. But when that lady showed me the vision of how I can make $41,000 a month, but I can change it because she was doing it in rats and roaches. I said, God, you are no respecter of person. God, I want to be involved in real estate. God, I want to help people. God was so genius, y'all, that he took a blender. He poured social services in it, which was my skill set of loving people. He poured social services, real estate, and the love for people, and he blended it all together. That's all this is, y'all. Say, people think that this is genius. Guys, all this is social work, social services, the love for God, the commandment from God that we are to do this, because some of y'all thought you had to feed them and clothe them. You can add that later. We believe in housing is the first amenity that they need to be successful. And when we get housing right, Justin, Miss Tiffany, Miss Karen, Miss Joanne, Miss Judy, and the Tracy family, when we get housing in place, everything else can fall in line now. They can get off drugs. They can connect back with family. They can get health care back in place. Mental health falls in place. No different from the guy I told you guys, God bless us, where the guy has been probably what now, Shay, 3 months ago with throat cancer.
Yeah.
Got a phone call. The guy living in the woods, got great insurance, got a guaranteed income, but got throat cancer.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to do chemotherapy from the woods? Come on, y'all. Watch this. I will never take credit for his healing. I will never take credit for the doctor and the work and the chemo and what they've done. But guess what I will take credit for? I gave a nice, clean, living environment while he was going through one of the roughest parts of his life.
Yep.
See how we play that as a team? So all my guys, listen to this. This is a basketball team, y'all. My job is to provide housing. I'm the point guard. I do no other position. I don't play center. The center is the doctor. I don't play power forward. That's the nurse. I don't play the mental health provider. That's the guard.
Come on, D.
I don't play the nurse practitioner that administer the medications. That's the small forward. Guys, I'm the point guard. I provide housing. See how we're all a team, Shay? And everybody does their part, ladies and gentlemen. Some of us try to get into this and do everything and try to be a be-all, the end-all to everybody. And that's not what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to master housing because that's enough in itself. And then when we get housing right, we can add other things. Why you think Shay do a spa treatment every year? Why you think Shay mastered housing and now she can do this?
Yep.
Women that have been through domestic violence, women that have never had a back massage, women that have never had a hug and positive words spoken into them while they're getting a massage and a pedicure.
Come on, Derek.
Some of y'all are sporty. You get your nails done every 2 weeks. Can you imagine providing that for somebody else now? Oh, and by the way, that is me in that chair because y'all know I had to slide in there. Y'all know I did. But look at the other ladies that are getting makeup done, their nails done. Look at the before and after of this stuff. Donated clothing to these women. Some of these women come with the clothes on their back.
Yep.
Miss Joanne, me and you were just talking the other day. How great is it that now that you're able to provide this? Joanne, big shout out to you. Joanne is working with the prison system, y'all.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the prison system keep calling you? Oh, and by the way, they pay for it. Joanne, you blew my mind with that. Watch this, y'all. We taught Joanne this, but Joanne showed me something that I didn't know existed. My guys that come from the jail, they're going to cover 3 months. No problem. I love that.
Right. Yeah.
With Joanne program in Racine, Wisconsin, 2 years.
Mm.
I didn't know that, but Joanne took the coaching and applied it somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's why we tell y'all, man, this works anywhere.
Every resource.
Shay, what is the slogan for this whole event in June?
From idea to implementation.
Come on, man. How do you do this right here, Shay? How does Shay add these services without spending no money from her pocket, but still makes an impact? Shay, jump in there real quick. Because somebody think Shay, that you paid a salon center, you paid the makeup lady. Somebody think you took them to the pedicure shop. Shay, talk about this.
No, literally, it's all about getting the word out on what you do, who you are, and the people you serve. There are so many people that are out there right now today that are looking for an opportunity to give back to the community, but we don't give them the opportunity to do so because we don't open our doors to say, hey, this is what I do. This is who we are. Are you willing to? Right? And literally, that's all this was for me, Derek. It was an ask. I asked people that literally had services that I utilized, right? Yeah. And I had them come in because I was like, you know what, this is what I do. I have a nonprofit organization, and I would love for my ladies to have this experience. Oh, you would? I'm down. Give me a date. What date? What time? Where do I need to be? So it's all about allowing other people to give, right? And they don't know that it's available for them to give unless they know that you're willing to accept the partnership in being in them being able to give to you. So that's literally what this is, Derek. All I did was ask a question. I asked and the answer was yes, and then this is the outcome. The outcome was a spa day. The outcome was getting full faces of makeup. The outcome was a massage. The outcome was pedicures, manicures. When I think about it again, like I tell people all the time, if I don't give you the opportunity to serve, I'm putting a cap on your blessing, right? I'm not going to stop you from blessing someone else by keeping my mouth shut. So again, the same way I walked into that restaurant, Derek, you have an ask. You have to ask. And when people know that there's an opportunity to give, believe you me. If they can't give from one place, they'll find another. Because Derek, think about the restaurant. What did the restaurant manager say? I can do this, but I can't do it from this location. Not from this
location. He said, you guys probably understand business and we're not doing super great here, but my Winter Garden location, we jumping. We can do that from there. We said, no problem. Because we don't care where it come from. You see what we want to pop.
Nobody has asked. So he's never done it. Now he has an opportunity to give, right? He's got an opportunity to sow seed in fertile soil. He has an opportunity to return, to go and reap that harvest. So again, I just tell you, if you don't open up your mouth to ask those questions, to have people pour into your residents, whether you're a for-profit, nonprofit, it doesn't matter. Ask. There is somebody waiting for you, the opportunity to pour into your housing program. Just open up your mouth.
I love that. Yep. Good stuff, Shay. And I want to answer another question from the Tracy family. They said, when should I start advertising? Today.
Yeah.
Today. And most people are shocked when I say that. So let me give you some free coaching. Whether you have a house or not, your post today should sound something like this. Hey, Facebook family. What's up, Instagram family? We're super excited. We're getting ready to open our next facility where we house the homeless and the displaced. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. We appreciate it. If you know anybody that needs a place to live, a single adult, and they don't mind a shared living environment, give us a call. DM us, because this is exactly what we do.
Yes.
We offer shared housing for displaced, homeless adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income that may not be able to afford their own apartment or their own home. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Because when I first started, before I had my first house, I moved in faith and put out a post that says, guys, in the next 90 days, Second Chance Housing going to have his first facility. Guys, to most people, that wasn't true. But to my believers and people that are of faith, you're going to say, man, he was calling these things that be not as though they were. Derek was speaking in faith. Derek was calling these things to, some of y'all say, to fruition.
You were putting a demand.
Derek was putting a demand on God's word.
Because you knew what he told you to do.
And guess what, guys? Did I have a house in 10 days? Nope. So guess what? In 80 days, ladies and gentlemen, Second Chance Housing gonna have its first facility. Guys, I did that all the way down to 30 days, 20 days. And by the time I got to day 7, God released that cul-de-sac to me that if you haven't seen it yet, you ain't went that far back in my social media, God gave us a whole cul-de-sac, y'all. I prayed for one house. He gave the whole cul-de-sac eventually over time.
Yep.
But to the Tracy family, great question. And look up for you again. I got a slide for it. Guys, immediately. Notice my thing says my name. It even says what I'm charging. I gave a range. It also gave my contact information. And guess what? Shay told you earlier, about 32 minutes ago, Shay told you that this is a numbers game, y'all.
It is.
Shay can get 500 of these flyers printed for us for about $60. Guess where I'm going to go put these flyers at, y'all? Walmart, Winn-Dixie, Kroger's, the gas station, the gym, throw them on the floor, put them on the windshields of people's car at the mall. Some of y'all are embarrassed to do that. I'm not. Because to me, it's a numbers game. If I got 500 flyers, I only need 8 people that need a place to live.
Yeah.
Can I get 8 people from 500 flyers? That's a numbers game to me, ladies and gentlemen. But back to that first step, turn yourself into a business and start advertising immediately. Because one thing about God, man, when he see you take a step, he's going to be right there behind you to take that next one. So this is another move and step of faith, just simply by showing yourself, man, you know what? Let's get started. Derek said, print some flyers, turn myself into a business so that I have the name already and start talking about it everywhere I go. Shay will tell you right now, man, when I first got into it, I talked about this to anybody that would listen. And most of it sounded like this. Man, you know what? I saw a lady doing my dream. She was housing people, but she was making 41 grand a month. Here I am making 28 grand a year. That's kind of the way I said, but y'all, she was mistreating people and doing it in rats and roaches. Can you imagine what my life would be like if I do this the right way? And then if I also teach it to other people. Nobody wanted to teach me this, y'all. So I truly believe a lot of the blessing that we do get is because we share it. So I'm always amazed and I'm happy when new people find us because they're like, wow, this is what we've been trying to find. Because nobody, first of all, won't teach it. They don't give it freely. And you guys telling me I could do this without a license? This is an absolute no-brainer. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. Really quick, for my family that just tuned in from South Carolina, I think Katara was the one to tell me this, but I want to show you something because your question is wrapped up into this next thing that I want to show you. This is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Homelessness exists everywhere. And remember, the ILF model that we're teaching you guys is that we're housing independent adults, not people that need you to feed them, bathe them, and drive them around. Take a look at this video from a gentleman that's a military veteran here in South Carolina.
To a 2022 report, an estimated 359 veterans across our state face homelessness.
Transitions Homeless Shelter is opening a new dorm to help get some of those veterans off the streets. News 19's Becky Buds reports.
2 months ago, Navy veteran Zachariah Shahid found himself without a place to live before Transitions Homeless Center took him in.
Concrete is not somewhere anyone wants to be.
Shahid was one of the 359 veterans across South Carolina facing homelessness, according to the latest National Point-in-Time Homeless Report.
I'm just thankful and grateful that I've become one that's not of that statistic now.
A new dorm at Transitions aims to bring that number down in Columbia.
28 more beds, 28 more options. That's going to help put a dent in the problem.
CEO Craig Curry says the program is providing 2 case managers, mental health services, food, addiction services, and more to each veteran. Each veteran will be able to stay for around 3 months.
In the end, you really want to place people into permanent housing, which is the name of the game.
Curry says they've already filled half the beds and expect to be at capacity soon. He adds it's being paid for under a Department of Veteran Affairs funded program.
We've had a population of homeless veterans here always, but now with these new contract beds, we'll be able to better care for them.
Next week, Shahid is moving into his own place, thanks to a VA subsidized housing program.
I have some pretty good irons in the fire going for myself here, and I'm glad that Transitions was a part of it.
Reporting in Columbia, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
That's good stuff, man. Put a number 7 in the chat if you think that was pretty cool in terms of how you can be involved to house guys just like Shahid. Because I'm going to point out 2 things from this, right? One, why wouldn't you go and visit a place like that? Why wouldn't a place like that have your flyer? They have limited beds and they can only stay up to, I think I heard 3 months. Why can't you be the graduation that they go to next, or the stepping stone, right? And those are great names, by the way, too. Graduation LLC or Stepping Stones LLC. But anyway, why can't you be the stepping stone to where they go after that? Notice those beds that they show that were lined up back to back to back. So when you guys offer something that looks like this, you become an absolute no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I only need about 5 y'all, but put a number 7 in the chat if you think you can do this. If you think what we've talked about today, you think that you can do this and God's put it on your heart and we've unveiled a way to do it in less than 2 hours, no license required. You don't have to own the property, and I become your big brother. Everything that you just heard today from me and Shay, you're in our back pockets now for the one-on-one coaching, and we still give you all of those products. We build your website. We build your logo. We give you your internet presence. We use a company called Digital Flow Solutions to run every one of our businesses that we have, because it's all of the social media and your website presence all in one. Does that make sense, everybody? I just want to make sure of that. Okay. So we're getting ready to close down. I thank y'all so much for today. Tia, Libby, Katara, Aurora. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'll say 8 Enterprise, Mr. Justin. I'm super excited because most of y'all are new to us, and I love that. We love new people. And watch this one more time before we go. Any questions, any concerns about anything? Because my job is, and again, Justin, this has nothing to do with you, Justin. Justin gonna say, man, he's really nice to me. Now, Justin, until you become family, but Justin, watch this. I promised God over 7 years ago, bro. I said, God, if you do it for me. And Justin, I always joke and say, man, who are we to give God an ultimatum? Kind of.
Right, exactly.
I ain't no if there, God, if you do it for me. But guys, I'll be honest, I did say that. I said, God, I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I don't want to struggle. But God, I want to help people.
Yeah.
And God, I want to help your people. Absolutely. And God, I think you've given me the cheat code of how to do that because you're asking for it. So God, if I grant your wish and you grant my wish, because I want to be in it. I want to be in real estate. I want to help people. And God, if we can make that a win-win for everybody, God, I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. I said, God, you are a God that loves credit. You love praise. Yeah. And watch me never take any credit for this.
Yep.
And just in case if you missed it, watch this. Guys, I'm not that smart, but with God, I look like a genius. I take no credit for what you guys just heard today. God just showed me something because God used my skill set as a social worker to give me the sight of people that were being mistreated. And he said, Derek, why not you? But Derek, when you get in it, don't hide it from the people. Share it with other folks, Derek, because I'm going to tie your blessing into it that way. Because Derek, you can't house everybody.
Come on, Derek.
So watch this. God, you are amazing. God, you are God alone. And God, to be honest with you, you really don't need our help, but kind of sort of you do, because that's how you set it up. God, you live high. You look down low, as the old folks say. And God, you use us to carry out your will. So God, I'm nothing without you, but with you, God, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And again, if you guys follow this same thing, God bless you, because watch this, and I'm getting ready to close. As the old Baptist preacher say, I'm getting ready to close. We believe in this right here, and I'm gone. We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And watch this too. We want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by our community, and we want to make enough money to feed your family. I'm going to say that one more time because that's kind of what we live by. And watch how I change it a little bit at the end. I want y'all to please God. I want y'all to help people. I want your community to respect you while you're doing it. But I also want y'all to make a bunch of money to be able to continue to build the kingdom of God, but also have enough money to feed your family. Because the Bible also says if we don't work, we don't eat. So that's why this is also a business to its core. But guess what this really is, y'all? This is a ministry. And again, how great is it that God has allowed us to partner with him? I just told y'all 14 minutes ago, God brought a guy to us with cancer. Today, guys, I don't think I even finished that story. He's cancer free.
Yep, sure is.
I had nothing to do with the healing per se, because God does that. God gave me the chance to offer the environment for it to happen in. Boy, that's powerful. Who would want to be a part of something like that? And that's what I'm saying. So, guys, I thank y'all for allowing me to share this. If you believe in God and you love God and you got a house of worship to go to tomorrow, go tell God what you heard about today. Start talking to God right now about it. But when you go to church tomorrow, to your place of where you eat at spiritually, meditate on this and say, God, I want to do that. And if they're the right people for me, God, line it up and let nothing stop it. Open my calendar to make that June event and let no devil in hell stop this thing that you already put on my heart. So, guys, again, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator of Forston Consultants, where me and my family, we go all over the world showing people this shared housing concept, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And that is simply just an environment or a house where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. We house independent adults, guys, in residential homes, and you don't have to own them. Miss Shay, I'm done. Bless the people real quick. We're going to pray them out of here, and then we're going to go.
Absolutely. Again, family, and I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, as well as co-founder here at Forston Consultants and expert consultant. Again, let's continue to take people from homeless to hopeful. Let's give people an opportunity to just show them that they can live in dignity. And it's not their past that matters, but it's what God has for them in the future that's going to matter ultimately. So again, we are the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. And our goal is to partner, to be those partners in the earth that will bring his perfect purpose will into the earth. And that's it. That's all I got, Derek.
That's good stuff, Miss Shay. I'm going to close us out. I'm gonna close us out with actually a scripture that's a little different than we usually do.
Okay.
I'm gonna come from Isaiah 43:19. And I think I'm gonna start a new segment, right? Because I put out something earlier this week that I thought was pretty funny and pretty cool at the same time. I mean, it got a lot of attention on TikTok as well as Facebook. So if you've seen it, great. If you haven't, go check it out. But it's literally just me just kind of being encouraging to people, right? Say, God, boy, it's rough right now. God, things are difficult and it looks crazy, but I know you got my back. Because somewhere in the Bible, you said that if we just kind of keep going,
and cast our cares,
right, we will reap if we faint not. And I say, guys, don't get caught up in that King James version now, but this is what that really means. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. I think I'm gonna start using certain scripture. I'm gonna say, now what this really means is, so again, let this be an encouragement for you, right? Isaiah 43:19. And I want to read the King James to try to confuse you a little bit, then we're gonna clean it up. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know of it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. But guess what that really means, y'all? Or guess what a better translation may be to help you understand?
They're all great translations.
For I am about to do something new. See? I have already begun. Don't you see it? I like that version, Shay. I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. So I'm going to just say, let's go in faith on that one. Some of y'all don't see it. Some of you can't see that God has began a new work. Even your big brother over here, I'm looking for that work as well. But I said something that was really enlightening and even encouraging to myself. And I was the one that was saying it. Guys, we got to keep pushing. We can't give up. We got to keep God first. And scripture says, see, I began a new thing. So let's pray for clarity. Let's pray for discernment, and let's pray for God to allow us to see the new work, even when it's difficult. So, Father God, in the name of Jesus, right now, you have begun a good work in all of us. And he that started a good work will also finish it. So, God, allow us to see with our spiritual eyes and not with these natural things. God, you're with us. Today, we shared something. And God, I ask that you allow that these people will be able to move at the speed of instruction to do what you've already called them to do. You are a God of more than enough. And thank you for allowing me and my family to come on here and share it. God, you're no respecter of person. You did it for me. And you will also do the same for these people. I pray right now that the devil is under their feet and has no place in their life, their business, or their family. Devil, you are a liar. And God, you are above all. And Father God, right now we pray that we decrease so that you can increase in our life. I also pray a hedge of protection over each and every person that's under the sound of my voice. God, I also ask that you give them the mind of Christ and an able body, because it's hard to do your will if we don't have the mind of Christ and an able body to do it with. So, Father God, from the top of their heads to the soles of their feet, I pray healing, restoration, and wholeness in the name of Jesus. God, you've allowed us to start this business, which is really a ministry. So, God, we dedicate it to you now. God, before these people ever get the first set of keys to their first place, we dedicate their place to you now. And before any client or resident walks through the threshold of that floor, we pray that your presence and your spirit abound and rest in that place, so that when people move in, that would be the start of the change of their life. God, thank you for partnership. God, thank you for revelation. And thank you for covenant that you allow us to do your will. So, God, we say thank you. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great. Amen. I love y'all. Y'all be great. I hope that we said something today that will enrich your life. We'll see you guys back in this room on Monday at 6 p.m. And again, if you go to a house of worship, or if you go to Bedside Baptist and don't go, talk to God tomorrow about what's on your heart. He already know it, but he want to hear it. Tell him you want to do it. You want to help his people. Because one thing about this, y'all, this is a very unselfish ministry. In this ministry, oftentimes you got to put a lot of people before yourself. And that's the best way to win in life. Start a business that somebody goes before you, meaning that this is bigger than you. And that's what we're going to be talking about in that June event too, right? Building something that will outlast you and build something that can be a part of generational wealth. You guys be great. We'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m. Wow, you guys be great.
Have a good
So,
one.
Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So, prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So, Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number 1, get an LLC and brand it, right? Step number 2, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in a Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in a Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys have been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions from people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching. But the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB-DIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. because oftentimes these virtual assistants guys can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God has given you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show.